I am really excited about being in New York. New York is a place of migration, and a lot of people from Mexico, from Central America have settled here and definitely will recognize many of these objects as also objects that are meaningful to them. My parents migrated to New York before I was born and lived here for 10 years. Before I was born, they moved back to El Salvador, and I lived all my life in El Salvador. But in my imaginary, New York is always present. And to bring this work, especially here, my mom worked in the United Nations, even though it was the United Nations in 1960s. She didn't find anything from El Salvador except in her office. And I think it's important to make this work so other people like her could find these objects on their way to work, on their way home, and recognize a piece of themselves.
I'm Rafa Esparza. I'm an artist. I'm based in Los Angeles. I work in different mediums from performance to installation to sculpture. And I work primarily with Adobe, and I collaborate oftentimes with family, with friends, with peers. And I've collaborated with Beatriz quite a bit over the years.
My name is Beatriz Cortez, and I am a multidisciplinary artist as well. And I live in Los Angeles and Davis, California. I am very interested in exploring the movement of people, of land, of time, and ideas and gifts that we get, like plants and seeds across long temporalities. So that's what my work is about.
We were invited to curate each other's work into this exhibit. And for us, it was really important to participate in the organizing of this exhibit as collaborating artists. And so instead of curating each other's work, we decided to use this opportunity to continue our conversations that we've had over the years by bringing our different ideas around how we use material to speak to these different objects, our communities, and also how we experience time and different temporalities. And so what you'll see in the different rooms in these galleries is how our materials come together to honor these objects and also each other's works. I'm really excited about being in New York together again since the last time that we were, and I'm excited for new audiences to experience our work too.
For us, it's really important to have this exhibition here. There's a whole history of our ancient objects migrating because they were looted, extracted, taken from where they came from and brought to New York. There's photographs of them moving across the space. And so having this exhibition that invites us to think about crossing space and time breaks chronologies, breaks temporalities, breaks borders in a world that today is not always so generous. It's always about excluding someone else. We have a plan which is to speak about the migration, forced migration, looted migration, and sometimes willing migration. We have collaborated with so many people, and one of the important collaborators for me has been Cajay. And this altar that we have here in this exhibition is a collaboration with Cajay, which is a Maya Cachiquel collective based in Patricia, Guatemala. And they also have a work outside. And so it's really moving for me to be in this moment.
The people that we collaborate with and the people that we're in conversation with those communities are really expansive. They extend to folks that live outside of the US. And one of the persons that's been very seminal to how I relate to land and how I work with soil is my father, Ramon Esparza, who taught me how to work with adobe and make adobe bricks. He brought this practice from Durango, Mexico into the US. And so it's very much an immigrant labor. And it's important to make those entities visible and present in these spaces that have a history of excluding so many communities.
Los objetos antiguos no solamente son objetos, no son artefactos, no son cosas que puedan coleccionarse en un museo o en una casa, sino tienen una espiritualidad, tienen una vida y tienen un significado comunal. Y en este lugar pueden encontrar mapas y guías para extraerlos de la modernidad y regresarlos a otro espacio, tiempo o a forma de volver a casa.
En español voy a decir que los invitamos a que vengan, que entren con curiosidad y con su imaginación. Esperemos que tengan una experiencia memorable.